Super good characters is the next one, right?
Oh,
Because
super good. Yeah.
Super morally good, upright,
Yeah.
or super well done characters.
Take it as you want it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Heck is your first.
God, what's a super good character?
God.
Can't really shush now. God
I
is not
like him
super
as a
good.
character.
God is like
I
well-rounded.
like the character in many things. If
what
they
God?
don't do it bland, but
Yeah,
the
Summer.
character
You wait. So wait, Summer, you're giving us an example of a good character right now.
I'm saying God can be very well done as a character.
Oh well, give us an example of a good character. Not of God, unless you want to.
Okay.
But...
One time I was like, God, can I win the lottery? And he's like, lol. And I won like $5.
A good character is Zarathustra. Zarathustra? Goodness, I can't pronounce.
Nietzsche.
Yeah, the main character of Fussbook Zarathustra, which is surprising nobody. And he's just an overall great guy. Like, he can do everything. Everyone loves him. No, not everyone loves him, but the right people love him.
That was the second... Nietzsche just reincorporated him into his story, didn't he? Because I don't think... Yeah, Zarathustra was not his original character. I think he was actually a prophet.
He was? Okay. I'm talking about the Nietzschean version now. Okay. So there you go. A super good character. He is the idea of a paragon, of an example, of a paladin of goodness. And I think he's actually fairly well done. So overall, I'm not the biggest fan of Nietzschean ideology. I think there's some gaping flaws in it, although there's also some very great things. I do believe he's a very good storyteller, though. And yeah, he tells the story of this guy, Zarathustra, right? Been living in his mountain for ages and years, and has become a hermit. Then eventually he decides, I've had enough of my own wisdom. I want to share it with the world, with all the humans. Then he goes down, goes on his journeys. Initially, he is shunned because he's unsure of how he should approach humans, which ones he should approach. Because a lot of humans just plain up don't get or don't like his ideas. And they want to kick him out. So he travels through the world, and the more he travels, the more people actually get his ideas and start to understand him and follow him, like him, because he has very good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually he goes back onto his mountain, isolates himself for ages, and the book ends with some characters from human history finding Zarathustra and kind of taking on the future role, because what he was looking for in all those times is the Übermensch, and I think the best interpretation in English is over. I think
that's what Hitler was looking for as well.
No, they twisted his ideas. So it was an overhuman, and in Nietzsche's idea there was just something that is a human but superior in every aspect, right? The next version of human, the next evolutionary step. And in the end, he figured out, oh my goodness, I found it. And it was actually a group of people, especially specifically those people who came to him and who asked him for help. So yeah, he goes to show how even if you yourself can't become the ideal person, you can still inspire others and help others achieve their best lives, their best beings, which is a very nice thing that I would like to do. There you go, good character. Now hit me up.
I was casually looking up the name of like something in the background as you were saying that. So
yeah,
I've got
Would
two.
you like Impy to go first? Oh no, mind. Go on.
I mean, I could go first, but I don't know, Impy, if you have any burning example you want to let go of, you can go first if you want. Do you?
Sure. So, not to love Stormlight Archive too much, but another character from Stormlight Archive, Dalinar, he is a really awesome example of a really good character and someone choosing good over bad, because In the Stormlight Archive, one of the races of people, they're the Alethi. The Alethi people. They're a very like their religious system is based a lot on when you die, you'll go fight with the Almighty to reclaim the something,
the Holy
calls,
Land, something.
Yeah, some kind of heaven. I forget the exact terminology, unfortunately. But so the more you fight, the more glory you get on the Roshar, the land that they're on, is the better position you'll have in heaven. Yeah, I think whatever when fighting. So the whole society is built on, just fighting and being better than everyone else, and like betraying and stuff like that.
Oh, just like my school life.
Oh dear. Terrible. Sounds terrible in real life. And then Dalinar, he's just one character that he's following these ancient codes from an ancient warrior sect that used to be around. And he's just following these codes while everyone else around him is just, let's betray each other and kill each other and let's forget about our ultimate goals and stuff like that. And Dalinar he just freaking holds on to these codes throughout every single
just
thing.
Cuts out like MP does right now.
I cut out. Darn
he
it!
didn't cut out. No, he holds on to his ideals, while everyone else just kind of doesn't.
Yeah, and then part of the arc is like, will he experiences temptation to go away, and it's really, really good, well thought out on Brandon Sanderson's part. Like, you can see Dalinar just wanting to, stoop down to everyone else's level. The journey of him not doing that and just holding on and fighting for what he believes in, it's awesome. And I think, I could do another character. Do you want me to?
No, sure, go ahead. Oh,
no, I do not. I want you to give us your next final closing topic, and that is expression versus conveying information in music.
Wait, did Heck have a?
I have an example. I mean,
oh yeah, he does. Go on, give us your guy.
Oh boy, I have two examples, right? But
hey, I only got one.
Okay, you know what? I'll just stick to one.
Talk about male privilege.
You all know Demon Slayer, right?
I've heard of it.
No.
Oh, it's like the new thing, right? It came out recently. It's
the
pretty
girl
popular.
With the scroll in her mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That main character is a typical, anime, manga, good guy protagonist. And he is, so boring.
Yeah, like, I don't. Character.
He is so bland. All the characters in that story are bland. And sure, it does emphasize the action more because that's more so the focus now. But at the same time, it also leaves so much to wish for, Clearly, he's supposed to be the good guy character who also has flaws. Like, he falters, he gets too angry and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a typical anime manga trope where, the main character is always kind-hearted, and then it's like you hurt their friends and they're like, oh, grr, how dare you, And that's what the artist was going for, or the mangaka, right? And I think he gets angry like once in 100 chapters, and then the rest is just him being a good guy and then sometimes cutting stuff, and then that's it. There's just no depth to the character. His character is I'm good, and then also very occasionally sometimes angry, and that's it. Like, he's the paramour of like I'm super kind-hearted. I show mercy at every turn, but that's it.
Yeah.
There you go. A good character done badly.
Agreed. Sounds boring. That's why I don't read much manga anymore.
Yeah. It's not really worth it.
It's a nice intro if you're not used to it. So our final topic, music.
Music. Self-expression versus What was it?
Conveying information, getting across something that's not yourself.
Oh, getting across something that's not yourself? Oh.
That's, yeah. Getting across information.
Can we count Morse code as music?
Should we? You tell us.
So
That sounds like a
I'd say
university
it is
question.
not music.
Sounds like I'd walk into a lecture hall and the professor's like, "Is Morse code music?" You know, spend the next freaking.
I'll say
3
no.
years
Morse
trying-
code itself isn't music. Morse code being used, being interpreted, and being how do you call it? Oh, goodness. If you do your own unique take, if you take a sound that's there and create your own music out of it.
Sampled?
Not quite, no.
Music
that-
is
remixed. There we go.
Here we go.
Music is not a good way to get across information that is not your own. Well,
that is interesting. I
was like in the middle of a sentence, and then you're all like, I disagree with you.
Yes, on principle.
Yeah, I said that, and then I remembered before that music started out as a way to get information across. So music helps you remember things. So in like storytelling with all those tribes and blah 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 blah. And the Psalms, the whole book of Psalms in the Bible is actually songs. The Song of Psalms.
Man, kind of sounds similar. Psalms, songs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the whole book is songs meant to be sung by Jewish people in praise and stuff. So specifically with information, so I just started thinking, where does the emotion come from? And lyrics are just a second burst of emotion, I would say. They augment the narrative proposed by the music. Yeah, I think I can go with that.
I can go part of the way, and then I'll just turn around and run away to the beginning, because some of the songs I really enjoy are those whose lyrics and whose emotions induced by the beat are contrary. So what do you say about those?
Contrary. Well, it depends on the reasoning behind it. Was it meant to be subversive? And because one of the albums I've been listening to recently, The Praxis of Prophylaxis, it's a deathcore album, which I really, really enjoy. But the whole entire album is a health PSA. So the first song that came out with was all about Corona, and like, well, I'm not going to sing it because my mic would cut out. But it's deathcore, so it's the screaming that you would associate with heavy metal and stuff. But it's just saying, in 2020, if you get sick, begin the quarantine, go to the CDC for all your information, stop looking at Facebook, keep a 6-foot distance. And the whole album is, it's deathcore. And then you have a song about wear earplugs or you'll lose your hearing. Brush your teeth because you could die.
I like that one.
From plaque, yeah. Gingivitis. Gingivitriolic is the name of the song.
Yeah. See, I would listen to those if it was a kind of music style I would like, but no.
It's quite good. I'll send it later. You should listen to it. It's great.
I don't like screaming in my music.
You weak sissy.
I much rather enjoy keeping my hearing.
Okay, so yeah, that was the answer to your question. Music goes along with narrative. If subversive, it can be used. It's an art form, So whatever suits your purpose, bro.
Yes, it doesn't have to go along with the music.
Yeah.
What about music that has no lyrics?
It's very nice.
I mean, I think the best example of emotional music that doesn't have lyrics is Studio Ghibli. I think they're really good at that.
Studio Giblet.
Mm-hmm. Studio Ghibli. Yeah, they have in each and every one of their movies, right? They have this one emotional piece, and they don't have lyrics, sometimes to their songs. It's just the melody, and still able to invoke deep emotion. So yeah. That'd be interesting to explore how they can do that, Is it black magic? Is it science,
I mean,
it's something.
music is all about tension and release, and it's just playing with that balance. So whereas you have something like deathcore, which has maybe just uses like a pentatonic scale with a lot of sevenths to produce a lot of tension between the tonic and the dominance. You can play with that a lot depending on your genre and stuff. That's what I would say with that.
That's what you would say. What would Heck say?
I mean, I can kind of see that, right? But
I want your own thoughts. Something new.
Well, I mean, I was gonna continue Summer. You freaking I'm gonna flip you like an omelet. Goodness sakes, now I've lost my train of thought. I can see that
let me go.
I can see that with the tension release, right? I can definitely see that. But at the end of the day, it's, to me, still a certain amount of understandable, Sure, you can have tension release, but then where do you get like the range of emotions from that? Like anger and sadness. And I mean, just like listening to some of those Studio Ghibli songs, it's like, it feels like you're a child again. It's like, how do they do that? Where's that button for that? Where's the combination of notes, that relieve tension in a way that makes you feel like a little kid again, It's like, it's just black magic. It's just magic. There you go. That's the end,
There's this anime, Konosuba.
Konosuba.
No. Yes,
Konosuba something.
It was.
Yeah. Oh, I know it. Yeah, it's where the Megumin meme comes from.
Yep. True.
Yeah.
The ending song of the first season was just this amazing medieval times-esque vibe, and I loved it because it makes you feel like you're sitting in a field.
See? How do they do these? The freaking Japanese, man, I'm telling you. They got like some music magic going on in their little studios there.
I don't think it's necessarily Japanese.
Perhaps not.
Only the Japanese are good at music. It's just, it's all about the instruments you use and the tempo and the way you play it, and your experience with the music you're doing. Because I couldn't do the stuff they do, and your artistic talent. It's really cool, but you can make, aside from you can induce an emotion with music. I don't think
it induces boredom in me.
Oh, goodness sakes!
Yes, that is an emotion.
I mean, I guess you can make a really boring piece. That would be a different kind of skill,
Yeah, I think everyone starts off with that skill.
I mean, it's kind of what freaking was it Picasso said. It's like you can spend you can spend years and years trying to draw like a master, but then you spend a whole lifetime trying to learn how to draw like a child. That kind of logic.
Oh, so deep. Yes.
Oh my god.
I love it.
I love it.
You sound like a child.
Yeah, okay. Picasso, huh? Why didn't you just display your art when you were a kid?
Self-expression.
Yeah.
We talked about this last week.
Oh, we did.
And you mentioned it when playing classical music as an example, that you're actually supposed to leave out certain notes and parts as your own interpretation.
Yeah. I mean,
Is there anything more about that?
Oh, well, there is a difference between making your own music as self-expression and playing a notated music, playing someone else's music. Playing someone
self-expression.
playing someone else's music in order to make that music sound real. There has to be an emotion behind it, and so when you feel something, I'm on the train where you should go with it. You should do what you can. I mean, not to butcher the artist's original intention, but to make it your own, to make it sound like you're playing it, which is a good thing, I think, because art is all about emotion.
So, is that a thing?
I think
where
it's
you can
also
just start?
information.
I mean, can you just start playing without having any notes or anything? You just compose a song on the spot.
Who me?
No, I mean anybody, right? If you have enough emotion in it, you're feeling super melancholic, and you just start playing, and then boom, there's your art.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, most people are not going to be able to sit down at a piano and play something melancholic because they have no idea what the notes are. But well, if you say you kept up with the piano, no, do you think you could go to the piano and do something melancholic? How experienced do you think you could be? Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sakes! I feel like if I had stuck with the piano, maybe not all these years, but at least, like, I don't know, till 1 or 2 years ago, I definitely could, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's just an expression of like what each note makes you feel, right? And then you project your emotions onto those notes, and then those notes project the emotion onto the listener, right? I mean, it's all a big cycle. So of course, but I can definitely see where people come from when they say they have no idea how to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like such a weird thing to even discuss or measure in any way.
Yeah, it's fun. So that's dealing with classical music or playing someone else's music. You're especially in a like a concert environment. It's your job to respect the artist and to respect yourself as the player, by making everything your own, but also making everything theirs.
Ooh, deep. For our closing statement, I would like to say that I believe music is more closely tied to the emotions of whoever is performing it than comics are to the one drawing it, because you have greater range, or it's easier to get across the range in comics. On a contrast, I believe that's why comics are possibly, so depending on how you use them, comics can be more useful, better at dealing with your emotions than music is. But music is the most common way because it's very easy for humans to do this, because it's very close to emotions. And I would like for this to be our closing statements, so that's mine.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, emotion, no, music is emotion. So, a comic has lots of other things. It has a world. A comic has a world. An emotion or music is your world.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I'd say something similar. I'd say when you're making a comic, you're creating your own instrument to play. And when you're making music, you're projecting the emotions into something that's already there. And, that's not worse or better in any way. It's just a different thing. There you go.
Yeah. What did you guys take away? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Huh?
Who? What?
Who? Yeah.
I think he wanted to speak.
No, I was agreeing with somebody.
Oh.
Not necessarily, heck, just somebody.
Someone who spoke
No.
during this podcast.
I was wondering what you guys took away from today. What are your personal takeaways? New things that you've gotten to see, new ways that you've gotten to see things?
Male privilege.
Male privilege is definitely a good thing.
Okay.
That's all. What were you looking for something else?
And in that case, our ending question is what imperfect?
What imperfect? Oh. Am I? What?
What is our ending question? You give it to us.
Yes. Yes. Ending question. Sure. What's the
Storytelling.
most? Oh. The most emotional you've been listening to or reading a comic?
Yes, I always
Sure.
listen to my comics.
That's one thing I was going to talk about with webtoons, which is great, but
Mention it.
oh, well, Webtoons, the app, they've done some really cool stuff with mixing. Yeah, I think that's the word, with mixing up, like moving comics. So when you're scrolling through, it's like kind of like this panel is a GIF, is a GIF. So when you're just reading a normal comic, and then you can come across one panel where the character is moving, and that's super awesome. And they've also, it's been a while now, but they rolled out a feature where the artist can add music along with their comic. So, when it reaches a point, it'll start playing the music that the artist feels resonates with this part of the comic. And I'm sure you can see how that would be
Incredibly cool, yes?
Yeah. So both of those things are super awesome, and it's one more step towards this. I guess it's just basically turning comics into movies.
It is getting us the next evolution of comics. Because we already have movies. Comics are going to be something fundamentally different.
Comics evolved many, many years ago into movies.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. Cartoons were just comics with more panels.
And
like a lot more panels.
With so many panels that you don't use the panels anymore.
So you watch it on a screen, don't you?
I suppose you can say that webtoons are becoming movies, while comics themselves are not necessarily. No. Nice closing statement, nice closing question. So with all of that said, I hope you've all had a lovely time listening to this. I hope you've all enjoyed yourself and learned something new. And in regards to everything else, stay safe out there, learn more stuff, and take care of yourself. And have a lovely evening.
Goodbye.
Bye.